Hello guys, welcome back to our n8n tutorials. So continuing from the previous video, what I was thinking was in this HTTP request one, okay, by the way, we just name these nodes so that it's better for our convenience. Let's name this node as extract and, yep, keep the second one as it is. So yeah, what I was thinking was in the settings, on error, we can indeed continue with the error produced using the error output so that we won't get stuck upon when the error occurs. So when it's actually false, we can indeed do something with it. We can set it up in such a way that it goes to the edit fields, sets, and gets processed essentially. So the case that I was talking about in the previous video is the case when we would not have any asterisks in our JSON expression in the first node. So what happens after this? Let's see. So yeah, by the way. Oh, by the way, I made one mistake over here. Instead of setting up continue using error in the if node, I set it in the HTTP request node, which was not needed. It was needed in this case. Yep, continue using error output. Yep, so it goes ahead even if it's false. And yeah, that's the error is treated. Okay, here's a loophole that you might encounter while executing your workflows. And it's that when you execute the workflow for the first time, it waits for 5 seconds because the request is still under process. Like you can see, but when you run it the second time, it still waits because every new execution is like the first instance that the demand is made to the Firecrawl about the scraping of the website. Okay, now the thing is, the HTTP request it's not getting the JSON ID. Like you can see, this resource is being deprived because wait does not have the access to it. JSON.id does not exist in this wait node. So there's no means that wait can send JSON ID to the request node, and hence we're gonna make it even more dynamic for the node to work. So we can do this by extract dot, like we can refer from this item. This is gonna say that a JSON.id. It's gonna extract from this node. It's gonna reference from this node, this ID, so that it gets even even if it's pulling from the wait node. So let's execute again. It's waiting. Like you can see, it's gonna check once again. You can see 2 tick marks. Looks like we ran into some error. Okay, so let's make it is empty. And when we run it again, Okay, so the problem here is that the data type is incompatible with whatever is that coming. It's an object, but at the first it's coming with the data type being an array and not the object. So we're just gonna continue using array output. So yep. But when we set the node having the option to continue using error output, it just automatically sends the response further to the edit field. Okay, so the problem here is that when we are first getting the output, it's empty. And when it's empty, the data is in the format of an array. And that's why we want to make it dynamic so that it can handle both an empty object as well as an array. So to do that, let's look at that in the next video. Till then, keep learning.